Hello, my name is Paul Morris, and I've been restoring prairie meadow ecosystems for over 25 years. This is the first video in our course on prairie and meadow restoration. In this video, we will be going over the steps to create a prairie and meadow garden. The next video, we will generally go over the creating of larger prairie and meadow restoration projects. Following videos, we'll go over initial planning, site preparation, an essential step to restoring the habitats, seeding techniques, site maintenance and invasive species, burning a prairie. Later we'll go into seed collection and native plant propagation. We will introduce you to many species that are in the meadow and prairie ecosystems. Ecological restoration is about restoring ecosystems to their original function, and this process requires a lot of knowledge about the ecosystems that you're recovering. Prairie and meadow ecosystems are very rare due to their soils being valuable for agriculture. Thus, there are very few areas remaining, less than 5% in some areas. They are also host to many rare species and are important for pollinators and birds. Even small patches are extremely valuable for food and for nesting places for birds. And for pollinators such as the monarch, which they need regular nectar sources as they're traveling to places like Mexico. Why do we need to use native plants? Pollinators and songbirds are declining worldwide in alarming rates, and they need our help. Native plants create beautiful natural gardens. Think more like a cottage life. They save you time and money by not needing much maintenance or pesticides. Prairie species have very deep root systems and can find water and nutrients themselves, and that saves water and doesn't need any fertilizer. They attract birds and butterflies, and they help to heal the planet. For small-scale plantings and gardens, we need to remove the excess existing turf. Here you can see I'm using a garden hose to delineate the garden bed that I want. The old school method was using chemicals to kill the vegetation and then repeatedly tilling the site to deplete the weed seed bank. A more holistic approach is to low mow the planting site initially and then cover with black plastic. Here you can see I use soil to cover the plastic so that it doesn't blow away. I've also used wire staples to hold the plastic down. After 1 year, the site is clean and you can remove the plastic and reuse it for another area. The vegetation is killed and the worms come and they eat all the decayed vegetation, leaving a nicely prepared bed. I use cardboard or newspaper to cover the bed, and some people use ground cloth. And then I put it on a thick layer of wood chips. 15 centimeters is good. It will degrade over time. I lay out the plants in a chosen pattern that I want and then plant them. Typically larger plants go in the back and smaller ones to the front. Planting for flowering throughout the season, grouping in groups of 3 or more. 30 centimeter spacing is typical for a garden for herbaceous plants, and you can use some shrubs for different heights. To install plants, pull back the mulch to the soil level. Dig a bigger hole to accommodate the plants, and then loosen the soil so the roots will spread better. Loosen the roots so that the base is free and so that the roots will grow straight. Plant the pot at the same level as the soil. Pack tight to remove any air pockets. Water in well to compact the soil and make sure that the roots stay moist. For butterfly and bird gardens, you need to consider a few things. You need both caterpillar and adult food plants throughout the season. Some species like milkweed will get eaten by the caterpillars. There's a purpose in your garden. That's their purpose, if you want to have adult butterflies. Water is important in the garden as well. You can attract twice as many creatures to your property by adding a water feature. Even a dish of water will help all creatures because they need water to survive. Our All About Wetlands video covers water gardens, and we will do one on water ponds for wildlife as well. Creatures also need shelter, such as thick grass, shrubs, places to hide, places to nest in. Compost piles attract insects to feed on birds, bat houses, bird houses, bee blocks, butterfly houses. You can get really creative with it. Just remember to clean out the houses every year so that the parasites don't accumulate. Songbirds need a variety of berries and a variety of seeds so that you have different species for food for them to eat. So here's an example of some of the habitat structures that we use in a garden setting. So we have brush piles, just piles of different organic matter, woody material, compost piles, so basically you're creating a mini compost pile in there, and that attracts a lot of insects, and that allows the birds to have something to eat inside your garden. Hollow stems are really important, just having cuttings of different stems so that pollinators can put their nests and use the hollow stems for their larvae as well. Sunning rocks are really important. A lot of species, when it's cold out, they want a little place to warm up. Snakes will like that as well, different amphibians that are cold-blooded. Bare soil is really important. Some things like mud dove or wasps need bare soil so that they can build their nests as well.